Hello, welcome back to the Tristan channel, and in this video I'll be talking about the infamous Atlantis Ring. Now, I thought I did a video on this already, but in the past, but going through on videos and on YouTube Studio, you type in etc. I couldn't find it or any reference to it, so I may have made one, but it got lost in the ether somewhere. So I figured I'd do another video on it, and it's quite an interesting tale or legend. Now, apparently you can also buy replicas of this. I own one which are said to have the same properties as the original one. Not necessarily because of the materials of it, of what it's made, but because of its sacred geometry. Now, the Atlantis Ring and its symbol are said to be empowerment tools that help protect, balance, and harmonize a person's energy field. It's said to be have beneficial properties, help shield the aura and minimize the effect of harmful frequencies. It helps circulate and distribute healing energy throughout the body and the subtle energy field of a person. The Atlantis Ring also increases the ability to tap into one's intuitive powers, the subconscious, and the soul. You will notice an increase in synchronicity as well as a much higher level of intuition after wearing this ring for some time. These are some of the reasons why this powerful ring has been worn for hundreds of years and is known all over the world. The Atlantis Ring is also called Luxor Ring, Atlantean Ring, or Egyptian Ring. The efficiency of this ring is due to the waveform of Luxor, whose invisible agents catalyze cosmic energy. The ring, in its effective design, utilizes the Luxor symbol widely used in Rhodesia, which is composed of two isosceles triangles, 3 long lines and 6 short lines. For 3D versions of the symbol, 2 holes and a straight groove uniting them are added to assist the energy flow. The design follows specific measurement based on sacred geometry, proportions, the golden mean, and its benefits will be felt mostly in the 3 areas mentioned above: protection, healing energy, balancing, and intuition. The Atlantis Ring, originally made of Ososian clay, was discovered around 1860 in a tomb in Egypt by a French Egyptologist. His granddaughter, married to a radiophysicist, André de Belizile, inherited the ring. The ring was considered to be several thousands of years old and was adorned with geometric symbols, which were placed and balanced according to a very special arrangement. Can't see it. André Belizile was a well-known expert in radiesthesia, the science concerned with the energy of shapes and other subtle energy qualities. He built several radiesthetic instruments over time, such as specialized pendulums and devices to test or harmonize the energies of a person or dwelling. He wrote several books on the subject, such as Essai de Ressuscité Vibratoire, and is well respected to this date, having left an amazing legacy in documented experiments, devices, scientific and empiric research. De Belizile investigated and found that the ring's geometric shapes created a subtle energy field of powerful vibrations. He found that its energetic quality, which he called waveform of Luxor, prevented the alteration of energy patterns, resulting in a protective shield for whoever wore it. It also increased intuitive powers and helped to develop telepathic and psychic abilities. He studied and tested the patterns on the ring carefully to find the amazing and magical properties of the Luxor symbol, which were, when applied to other instruments and tools for harmonization and balancing of places and energies. The Atlantis Ring design is based on the principles of sacred geometry and contained multiple occurrences of the golden mean or divine proportion. The golden mean ratio is featured in the golden spiral, which is an infinite, forever spiral. It has no beginning and no end. Sacred geometry involves sacred universal patterns used in the design of everything in our reality, often seen in architecture and art and also found in nature. Sacred geometry and mathematical ratios, harmonics and proportion are also found in music, light and cosmology. I also did a video on sacred geometry on the channel. It is considered foundational to building sacred structures such as temples, mosques, megaliths, monuments and churches. Sacred geometry may be understood as a world view of pattern recognition, a complex system of symbols and structures involving space, time and form. By studying the nature of these patterns, forms and relationships and their connections, insight may be gained into the mysteries of the universe. Right, behave. Many forms observed in nature can be related to a geometry for sound reasons of resource optimization. For example, the chambered nautilus grows at a constant rate, and so its shell forms a logarithmic spiral to accommodate that growth without changing shape. The tongue goes blah, 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 blah. Also, honeybees construct hexagonal shells to hold their honey. These and other correspondence are seen by believers in sacred geometry to be further proof of the cosmic significance of geometric forms. The golden ratio, which is equal to approximately 1.618, can be found in various aspects of life, including biology, architecture, and the arts. Some call it God's blueprint. One more interesting finding about the golden ratio is described in the research of Dan Winter of the harmonics of the heart. According to his studies, when an individual is relaxed and receptive and feeling love, the average distance between frequency peaks, heartbeats, recorded on a special machine was 1.618. This number represents the golden mean ratio. Also, when two individuals were hooked to the machine and they sent love to each other, their waves and peaks lined up at 1.618. And so they were in essence two hearts beating as one into infinity. Oh, isn't that romantic? So when two people are sharing the emotion of deep reciprocal love, the average space between their hearts' electrical waves is 1.618, the golden proportion, which is literally eternal love. There's a song there. Anyway, the Atlantis Ring's construction follows the sacred geometry principles of the golden mean. For the alignment of its design elements and proportions, this design, when properly crafted, will work like an antenna, receiving and transmitting powerful waves that help transmute harmful energies. When you are in this vibration, your energy will merge with the rings, creating a strong and powerful subtle energy field that will manifest as protection, as described in R. de Laforest's book says mansions quent, houses that kill inexplicable immunity, is provided by the frequencies emitted by certain privileged forms against all invisible aggression coming from its exterior. These are waves of shape produced by the ring's design, capable of creating a strong protective barrier of stopping or neutralizing all forces capable of distributing the vibratory harmony of a dwelling, of compromising the equilibrium, health, fate, and wellness of an individual. The Atlantis Ring accomplished this type of miracle, Mr. de Belezial, by repeated experience since he became its owner, acquired the proof for this magnificent property. Healing energetic. The second property of the ring is that of healing, not necessarily the physical lesions and trouble, but to re-establish certain energetic functions accidentally disturbed and suppress their subsequent effects. Intuition. The third property is the most mysterious. The one who wears the ring becomes sensitive to certain communications that he or she or they would never have been aware of. It increases one's intuition and ability to connect with higher levels of consciousness and spirit guides. The Howard Carter legend, according to a story told by the French writer Roger de Laforest, one of the famous people who were convinced about the protective properties of the Atlantis Ring was the British archaeologist Howard Carter, who felt that because he wore the ring, he survived other participants of the expedition investigating the grave of Tutankhamun. The book says Mansion Quint, Houses That Kill, describes a series of locations and events that affected people's energy in a detrimental way in the 1950s, and it mentions tools and special devices that were effective in the protection and transmutation of these harmful frequencies. The author, when describing the Atlantis Ring, mentions a story about Howard Carter, the archaeologist who survived the curse of the Tutankhamun mummy, whose tomb was discovered in 1922. According to the book, at the entrance of the tomb there was an ominous inscription that threatened those who dared to disturb the pharaoh's eternal sleep. This place is cursed. The first to succumb to the curse was Howard Carter's partner, Lord Carnarvon, who died suddenly soon after the tomb was discovered from an inexplicable cause. Within a short 2-year period, the list of those who touched by a similar and mysterious fate included over 18 names. The writer states that Howard Carter was the only person not affected by this chain of events, and credits it to his protective amulet, the Atlantis Ring. There is no proof that this is a true story, and only legitimate historical evidence could confirm its accuracy. Nevertheless, Laforest was himself a great believer in the exceptional properties of the Luxor symbol ring, which he got to know well through his personal relationship with Belizel. He also mentions the Atlantis Ring and its beneficial qualities in his book La Magie des Energies, and how it was being replicated and sold without the proper design elements by sellers who were only interested in profiting from the Carter story, without any care or interest in the actual legitimacy of the products they were distributing. Although, today, proper ones made proper here. It is true that the Atlantis Ring will... Is it true, though, that it will protect you? Wearing the ring doesn't mean that someone is protected from their own reckless or irresponsible behaviour. The law of cause and effect and the laws of karma still apply. According to some, it will help to keep you clear of negativity and energetic toxicity from people and places that sometimes attach to one's energy field and start attracting all sorts of ill fate. It apparently also should help minimize the effects of telluric currents. A telluric current, from Latin tellus, earth, or earth current, is an electric current which moves underground or through the sea. Well, I suppose like a ley line, Telluric currents result from both natural causes and human activity, and the discretic currents interact in a complex pattern. The currents are extremely low in frequency and travel over large areas at or near the surface of the Earth. The cosmotelluric balance is influenced by the sun, the moon, the solstices, the equinoxes, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, eclipse, alignments of the planets, and the passing of comets. Basically everything in the fucking universe, really. Our workplaces or homes can be disturbed by geological faults, underground rivers, and underground gases like radon, by radioactivity and high voltage. Danger, high voltage. Behave. Overhead power lines. A geopathical zone can bring a rupture of the cosmotelluric balance and generate harmful waves. Why not say EMF, but I... The people living in these disturbed zones can become sick because of their environment. Interesting also to note, with all this being said and done, that the Egyptians, though, did know about EMF and ley lines, as a lot of their structures were not only good conductors, but also a lot of their science were built, were built on ley lines. Anyway, and there you have it. The Legend of the Atlantis Ring. You can buy this online, Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, etc. I own one and will let you know if it works. But it's a beautiful ring and at least a conversation piece. Also, what's also interesting, an engineer or archaeologist once took the design and made it into a bar and made it basically this device which could move heavy stones like the ones used building the pyramids. So this may be the blueprints for that. If you like the video, hit the like, and if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe, because it'd be awesome to have you here. Until then, take care, love you lots, and be well.